Hello, guys. So I think that I have to say something about, you know, is gaming fun anymore? I would say that it still is in some way, but the people who are saying that you should shut up and that I think a lot of these players tend to be very naive. The industry has definitely lost a lot of its creative spark. We're seeing more layoffs than ever before, and this is an issue that is affecting the development of many games. We're seeing video gaming kind of rely on more older established franchises, which is unfortunate. If you look at, for example, in the 1980s, and even look at the 1970s, what were those video games about? They were really about creating genres. They were sometimes relying heavily on established movies, not video games yet, really. Um, but they weren't really, and in the 90s was very interesting because a lot of these games were not about just making a video game that was like number two of this franchise, three of this franchise. It wasn't about that. It was about creating new IPs. And this is why I support games like Starfield, even if they have issues, because I believe that it's important for us to have new ideas in the industry. It is not just simply about nostalgia that why people say gaming is no longer fun. And a lot of it has to do with the bloat, the corruption, the sense that a lot of video game companies are more interested in essentially pushing, kind of their niche worldview on others, not realizing that video gamers come from a great variety of backgrounds, and not all of them agree with kind of you know, the the kind of views that kind of permeate in these software development um, areas, right? So yeah, there are many issues with the video game industry, and you have a right to complain about it. It is a industry that a lot of us, even those who don't have the aptitude for programming, such as me, I wish I did, but it's not something I really have aptitude for. I want the industry to succeed and make some great games. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see it fail. And I mean, it's highly unlikely it would fail now, considering how much money it's making from mobile games, which is a whole nother story. But to be honest with you, don't let anybody say that you can't complain about video games. Because anybody who's saying that video games are better than ever before, that's not true. Video games have lost their spark. They're definitely not as great as they used to be. It's not a matter of graphics or mechanics or whatever, in my opinion. Just because you fine tune something doesn't mean it's the best thing. Sometimes it's the thing that with the rough edges that make it better. That's what matters. And you have a right to complain and want to see the medium succeed and change and be better than what it is now. So don't let anybody say that you shouldn't complain. The video game industry, gaming is not the same as it once was. It's not because we're older. It's because it no longer speaks to the human condition and the human soul like it used to. Now, people could say I'm being pretentious or whatever, but to be honest, I think that video games have a very special place in the area of human storytelling. And I think it's important that as gamers and people who just are interested in video games as a medium, that we speak up and want to change these companies and their practices so they make better games and tell better stories. That is what we should do. And thank you for watching this video. And remember, please subscribe.